You can say true things about God and still feel completely unresolved. Martha's doing everything right here. Jesus tells her that Lazarus will rise again, and she answers with a theologically precise statement. I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day. That's good doctrine. That's the right answer. She would ace the exam, and it doesn't touch the pain. I want to name something that I think is more common than we admit. There's a way to use theology as a shield, not to get closer to God in the hard moment, but to keep the hard moment at arm's length. You can reach for the right answer fast enough that you never have to sit with the actual weight of what you're feeling. God's in control. He works all things together for good. I'll see them again someday. All of these statements are true, every single word, and sometimes those sentences are a way of not grieving. They're a way of not trusting or actually bringing the real thing to God. That's not faith. That's theology as emotional avoidance. And here's the harder edge of that. Some of you have been on the receiving end of it too. You were in the middle of something devastating and someone handed you a correct sentence about God and it landed like nothing, like they were answering a question you weren't even asking. The theology was right. The timing was a wall. So Jesus does something here that I think is one of the most important moves in the entire story. Martha says the right thing about the resurrection, and he doesn't correct her, but he doesn't just agree either. He says, I am the resurrection and the life. He takes her proposition and makes it a person. She was holding doctrine. He hands her himself. The thing she believed in abstractly is standing in front of her with dust on his sandals, and he's asking her to relate to it differently. Not to know about resurrection, but to know him. That's the move. And it's a challenge to both groups today. If you've been hiding behind right answers, Jesus isn't asking you to abandon your theology. He's asking you to let it become relational, to stop holding the doctrine out in front of you like a barrier and actually bring what's underneath it to him. And if you've been handed hollow answers by well-meaning people, the invitation here is the same. The sentences they gave you may have been true and still completely missed you. But Jesus isn't handing you a sentence. He's standing in front of you, and that's a different thing entirely. Do you believe this? He asked Martha. Not do you believe this doctrine? He's asking her, do you believe me? What about you? Thanks for spending a few minutes with me before the noise today. There's a difference between knowing the right things about God and trusting the God that you know. He's after the second one. Know that he loves you more deeply than you could possibly imagine. I'll see you tomorrow.